Hello, I am Megan Lovano. I'm the Public Information Officer at the Placer Mosquito and Vector Control District. I'm joined here by Joel Bettner, our District Manager, and today we're going to be giving you our annual update for 2022. First, we want to remind you that this week it's California's Mosquito Awareness Week, and also a reminder to protect yourself and your family and your community from West Nile virus and vector transmitted diseases by dumping and draining standing water on your property, using an EPA registered repellent that contains ingredients like DEET or picaridin, and also calling us, your local district, for any concerns you might have with mosquitoes or other vectors.
Let's get started by revisiting a little bit about our district. Placer Mosquito is an independent, non-enterprise special district in Northern California governed by California Mosquito and Vector Control Law and a 7-member board of trustees. We have 24 full-time employees, and we hire annual seasonal employees during West Nile virus season. Our district's mission is to effectively and efficiently manage the risks from vectors and vector-borne disease in order to protect public health and quality of life in Placer County. Our district service area is all of Placer County, from Roseville to the Tahoe Basin. In West Placer, residents experience mosquitoes most, and we detect West Nile virus annually. In Mid-Placer, mosquitoes are still active, but ticks are more present, and we detect Lyme disease in about 2% of ticks. In East Placer, although we still deal with mosquitoes, we encounter more yellow jacket nuisance problems, and we assist the California Department of Public Health with rodent surveillance and control as needed. Our operations as a district all follow integrated vector management, which is a science-based decision-making tool. Our activities include vector and disease surveillance, where we test for mosquito and tick-borne diseases at our lab, chemical control, biological and physical control like our mosquito fish program, community outreach, which I oversee, technology, and innovation like our drone program and applied research. Our responsibility as a district is to monitor vectors and diseases in our county, communicate the risk from those vectors and diseases to the public, manage mosquito populations using integrated vector management tools, and make treatment decisions based on sound science. We also lean on the Placer County public to assist us. We ask the public to prevent mosquito bites by using an EPA-registered repellent and protective clothing, maintain properties by minimizing standing water, and contact the district to report mosquito problems. Now I'm going to hand it over to Joel, who will provide a more detailed explanation of the mosquito outlook for 2022.
Aedes aegypti is an invasive mosquito that was found in Fresno in 2013 and in the Los Angeles area in 2015. This mosquito has quickly spread throughout the San Joaquin and Sacramento valleys over the following years. In 2019, Aedes aegypti was detected in Placer County in one neighborhood along the Sacramento County line. We implemented our invasive mosquito response plan and did not detect them again. However, since 2020, Aedes aegypti has spread to many of our surrounding counties and as far north as Redding. While we were successful in eradicating a small infestation in 2019, the experience of our colleagues in surrounding counties suggests that when we find them again, we will be facing the need to manage these new mosquitoes on a longer-term basis. This year, we'll be increasing our efforts to detect invasive Aedes aegypti in Placer County. And in some areas, we may be reaching out to the public to report abnormal day-biting mosquito activity. So stay tuned to district information in our monthly e-blasts, websites, and social media. This year in Eastern Placer, we continue to monitor for increases in mosquitoes that carry West Nile virus and for any West Nile virus positive dead birds or mosquito samples. The top graph shows the abundance of two most important West Nile vectors in Placer County. The red line represents Culex tarsalis, which is our most abundant in agricultural areas and in urban areas close to irrigation or wetlands. The purple line represents Culex pipiens, which tends to prefer urban areas and are common in stormwater catch basins, unmaintained swimming pools, or ornamental ponds. In addition to the West Nile virus carrying mosquitoes, other mosquito species that bite people but do not transmit disease are active in Placer County. We call these species nuisance mosquitoes. The two nuisance mosquitoes in East Placer are treehole mosquito and a variety of snowmelt mosquito species. The blue line on the top graph shows a large peak of tree hole mosquitoes during the early spring. These mosquitoes lay eggs in damp rot holes in trees and hatch in the spring from tree holes that collect water during the winter or spring. These mosquitoes tend to hatch all at once, which can cause serious amounts of nuisance biting to nearby residences. As you can see from the graph, they can linger in some areas and may hatch at different times based on elevation and other environmental factors. The gray line in the lower graph shows a similar abundance pattern for the snowmelt mosquitoes. We commonly find 6 species of snowmelt mosquitoes that hatch from eggs that are laid the previous year, then are exposed to melting snow pools. These mosquitoes can be very aggressive biters, but tend to go away quickly after snow melt pools dry and do not carry disease. In years with very dry winters, there tends to be far less tree hole and snowmelt mosquito activity in the spring. Nuisance mosquitoes tend to occur at specific times and places during the year. If you are experiencing increased mosquito biting, please tell us by submitting a problem report on our website. The mosquito outlook for 2022 across all of Placer County are that drought conditions are persisting like they have in the last several years, so we don't really expect any change in West Nile activity, but we do expect to see lower amounts of tree hole and snowmelt mosquitoes due to the dry spring. Water conservation practices that may be enacted due to the drought also prevent mosquito habitat and reduce West Nile virus risk, so conserve water. We'll continue to look for invasive Aedes aegypti and take measures to keep them from spreading. We'll also work to improve our preventative larvicide applications in West Placer and East Placer by using our unmanned aircraft to target mosquito larvae habitats. And finally, we're always working to improve our tools and techniques to reduce nuisance mosquito biting, lower West Nile risk, and manage insecticide resistance. So stay tuned to hear about more of our applied research and other efforts to continue to better serve Placer County and keep our public safe.
Thank you for joining us for our annual mosquito update for Placer County. For more information about our district and our activities, visit placermosquito.org. You can follow us on social media at Placer Mosquito, and if you have any questions, please feel free to give our district a call. Thank you.